can you look at HAPI?
HAPI. Or
HAPI.
I heard of this a while back, and I
Yeah.
had some friends that were very, very happy to have it.
Yeah. So it's one that I've rated recently. So a lot of people would have heard of Lossless. HAPI is like Lossless, except HAPI also offers security protocols for NFTs as well, which Lossless does not do.
Mick, is this any of them?
Say that again, sorry?
Do you see the screen? Is it either of them?
Yeah, I think any of so I think any of them will be okay. I'm not sure which exchange it started with. You probably might get more of a history with Gates, I think, actually.
We'll check both. Yeah, you can talk and I'll just check the charts.
Yeah, sure. So what Lossless do is they integrate smart contracts with their security protocol. So, for example, if Luna and UST had integrated Lossless or HAPI into their smart contracts, then the attack would never have been successful because the developers would have been alerted to the attempt and would have been able to mitigate it before the attack was successful. That to me is pretty clear. So that's what they do. But what Lossless do not do as of yet anyway is they don't offer that security. That's only for tokens. That's for blockchain. That's not for NFTs. HAPI offer it for NFTs as well. And I believe as well that HAPI also they have more network integrations. They're more cross-chain than Lossless are at this time. Lossless are integrating onto other networks. It is part of their roadmap, so that will improve on their behalf. But it just seems HAPI is just more ahead of Lossless in this game at the moment. Okay. So that's why this is an excellent protocol.
Now that looks to me okay. It's surely a new token, though, isn't it? It's I'm just looking.
It is pretty recent, I believe. So yeah.
Because I'm just looking. Obviously, this must have been when it was first.
It's launched,
and yeah, look.
So it's just got over a year of history, so it's more than I thought.
So wow, that nice all-time high. But since then, we've had this support here around 14, right? But I'm just seeing this must have been like really early investors just giving up after that, moment where Bitcoin was dropping, and they just they unloaded, and this happened across the board with a lot of coins, and especially if they were unlocks or anything like that, which could have been people were just trying to preserve whatever they could if they got into this really early.
Yeah, but I think you're on that nail. He probably hit the nail on the head there. Don't you mean? Obviously, most projects when they launch have a vesting schedule. Most vesting schedules are for around 12 months.
Yeah.
So from what is that, March, April, they probably would have been released again around March, April this year. And you could see, around that time that it was ranging. It wasn't going anywhere. So they were happy to hold.
Exactly.
But then obviously, then the Bitcoin dropped and then they capitulated. They said enough was enough.
They did.
And cash in while they could.
Yeah, I mean, going forward, again, this is a similar story to, I have to repeat myself because even when I do on YouTube, guys, so apologies, people only will watch like the interest, the kind they're interested in. I made this point on waiting for Bitcoin to pick a direction. If you're looking to trade, wait for either lower support or higher support to grab it, so you do know that you're getting in with like clear invalidation. And if you're looking at investing, hold off. Or small DCA. I wouldn't be, going crazy right now just because we see super cheap prices and we think, okay, this cannot go any lower. It can totally go lower. It can totally go another, I don't want to even bring up Luna here anymore because I'm kind of sick of even thinking about what happened to that, and every single day story changing with what is But you see it happen. You saw it happen there. How crazy a sell-off can be. And you can't predict FUD, you can't predict the market conditions. So back to my, I'm actually not going to repeat myself again. Would be my fourth time repeating myself. It's a solid project, as Milky is explaining. It's one that is doing things better than some other projects. Just to bring up, some indicators, just to show you, that drop will be very prominent in most of the charts, because it's only recent, where you see like how aggressive the sell-off was and how far away we are from the 50. Whether the 50 comes back down, because that's another thing you need to keep an eye on. Is the price going back to the EMA, or is the EMA going down to the price? The latter is definitely not what you want to see. You want the price to start making higher lows, back up to the 50, reclaim this support, shoot. I mean, it is pretty simple chart at the minute. It came down to as low as $6.80. It's just after retesting just around the $8 mark, $7.85, and chopping in below the $8.50. So that dollar here. I don't really think there's more to say about HAPI at the minute. We are
no worries, son.
We are just in this wait moment. I mean, any time you see Bitcoin drop now, everything is just gonna get decimated. I love those dots on that indicator. I love how it gives you confluence. I love how it just additionally gives, like, your trades can be totally different thanks to this. I'm going to be using this a lot more. Brilliant confluence. You see the drop, you see the pressure, you see the macro conditions, you see your support, resistance, and that extra little bit of shift can give you that edge where you can confidently get into a trade and be like, okay, at least based on those confluences, this is what I'm seeing, I'm gonna get in. Have your stop loss, have your conviction, and see what happens next.